Sadayo Kawakami is Waifu Material, the highly competent and totally appropriate high school teacher of Shujin Academy, the very same school that Joker attends during his stint in Persona 5 Royal. She's mainly a supporting confidant of the Temperance Arcana, providing some everyday life assistance to the Phantom Thieves. Okay, maybe just Joker. Kawakami is argued by some to be the true best girl of the series. Now here are 10 reasons why Sadayo Kawakami is Waifu Material.
If you say so, Master.
Starting off, let's talk about her seniority. No, she's not some kind of senior citizen, but Kawakami is one of the older waifus that you can build a confidant with. Her age isn't explicitly stated, but my gut tells me she's in her mid-20s, which is almost at least a whole decade older than the waifus in the Phantom Thieves. One of the benefits of an older waifu is that they tend to be more responsible, plus they have their own income.
By the way, are you hungry? Maybe we could go grab a bite somewhere? And don't worry about the cost, okay? I'm the working adult here, I'll cover it.
During the Hawaii trip meetup with her, she provided matching rings engraved with our initials.
Ta-da! That's the power of a paycheck. Just kidding.
At the end of her confidant ranks, a real tender moment with Kawakami emerged. Admitting to be the older one, she took responsibility and generously gave us her lovely lap as a pillow.
Here, by all means.
I could get used to this. Basically, if you're into older women, then Kawakami would be a good match for you. Her day job consists of being a teacher, one of the world's most important but underappreciated jobs. Initially, she wasn't the best role model, portraying a haggard teacher who could barely keep up with life. During the initial moments of Persona 5, she would judge Joker based on his criminal record, and constantly complain treating him like a burden.
Can't believe they pushed someone with a record on me. I keep wishing that he'd just end up not coming to school. Why'd it have to be my class?
She's not a bad teacher or anything, just stretched a bit thin at the bad stage in her life. By the end of the story, she became a model teacher who was always there for her students, with a strong resolve vowing to never give up on anybody.
New path where I'll never abandon any of my students.
Kawakami is simply a hopeless romantic. Still single in her mid-20s, she tends to develop an attraction for older students who are really nice and understanding of her. Joker is a really good listener and even lets her slack off on her maid job. Not to mention, he did dump at least 50,000 yen to support her. Even more so for the housekeeping side jobs, but more on that later. When romancing Kawakami, she actually had reservations about entering into the relationship, at first stating that it would be dangerous to be caught in a student-teacher relationship, thus delaying her response. In the end, she gave in anyway.
I went from being a teacher to being a maid to dating a high school student.
Like typical high school boys curious about the private maid service, Ryuji, Joker, and Mishima stake out in a vacant house and dialed in the suspicious hotline. Ryuji and Mishima end up chickening out with Joker left holding the bag. We hear a familiar voice enter behind us. Confronted by the maid, we soon learn that, BAM! Our homeroom teacher Kawakami wa Maid-sama, also known as her cover name Becky.
Hi!
She maintains this moe personality when dressed up in the maid costume, even occasionally acting like a cat. Well, that didn't last long at all. As our teacher and maid, she always expresses her concern about how dusty our room is and whether we are eating right. Man can only live on curry for so long. The night job has forced Kawakami to have to leave work early and arrive a little late for faculty meetings. This behavior has certainly aroused suspicions from Miss Chono, a fellow faculty member. We do bail her out and even make her look like a model teacher. As a way to repay us, Kawakami continues being our exclusive maid, and for a hefty price of 5,000 yen, is open to doing various chores for us. These chores include making us coffee, cooking curry, making tools, waiting for the laundry to finish, and best of all, a very, very special massage. Massage capable of melting away the fatigue that comes from visiting the metaverse, thus allowing you to not waste your evening sleeping. Sorry, Morgana. As a socially responsible teacher, Kawakami is always there for her students. She's been working a maid job as a way to gather enough income to pay off Takase-kun's parents. It seems that she's been doing this job for quite a while now, working to the point of exhaustion, where she developed a nasty cough and collapsed to rest on Joker's couch. Well, I'm not paying for this. At some point, Takase-kun's parents started to demand even more money. The last amount I remember was about 100,000 yen, which Joker easily had. Anyway, that's where the Phantom Thieves come in. Enter mementos, get lost, beat down their cognition, and then steal their heart. Simple, really.
Why would you like a woman like me? You're a high school student with strange tastes. Or is that the sort of thing a member of the Phantom Thieves is into?
Real smooth, Joker. As part of Kawakami's deal with us, she allows us opportunities to slack off in her class. What she would do is she would purposely review older lessons that we're already familiar with. You probably also remember getting a lot of extra time when your other teachers get called out of the classroom. This vacant time allows you to do all sorts of shenanigans, from crafting tools, reading books, studying, or just downright sleeping. You can definitely tell it's Kawakami's voice calling the teachers out. For some reason, they never figure it out. Just like when she believed in Takase-kun, he was a former student that was having trouble with school due to his job. So Kawakami took time to generously tutor him outside school. One day, the guy collapsed in front of a moving vehicle, and that was it for him. Kawakami pretty much got all the blame and felt really guilty about it. She could have dropped it anytime, but her conscience won't let her, hence the nighttime job.
And you're the only one who knew about my situation.
Kawakami simply believed in us when it mattered most. During the end of the story, when Joker gets put in prison, Kawakami is one of the individuals fighting to get Joker released. She would make speeches in the faculty room, reminding the others of their responsibilities as teachers to believe in their students.
What good are teachers if they don't believe in their students?
Every waifu needs a hobby. Kawakami's just so happens to be fishing, a popular thing to do in Japan apparently. In Persona 5, there's a fishing pond that allows you to compete for prizes. The bigger the fish, the better the prize. We first learned about Kawakami's hobby during our trip to the fishing pond with Ryuji. Luck would have it that Kawakami just so happens to be stationed right next to them, providing us with a sneak preview of adult life. We soon see Kawakami snagging fish like pancakes, offering us with some zen-like advice of clearing your mind. Ryuji just doesn't get it. I guess you could call her Master Kawakami. Lastly at number 1, the way Kawakami refers to us as Master. A remnant of her hard times as our maid, she continues the habit and uses it as a way to be cute and romantic with us.
Welcome home, Master. Well, I guess you're the Master. Master! Today should be my quality time with Master, or something like that.
She really knows how to constantly switch gears as being the responsible one and providing that excellent service to us. So what do you think? Would you like to be called Master by her?
Just think about it, okay?
Be sure to leave a like and comment if you agree that Sadayo Kawakami is waifu material. And be sure to check out my other Persona 5 waifu videos as well.